What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I definitely have two videos worth of tabs to cram into this one market watch, so let's go ahead and speed it up like the olden days, trying to keep the relevant information together. And we're going to start with current format. Punk is getting bought out on the highest rarities from the procrastinators, because we've known new support was coming for some time, and for the USA, I suppose, only. We're getting it for the WCQ format. So we have Foxy Toon Quarter Century Secret Rare has been going up. We also have its collector rare starting to go up. We have the quarter century secret rare for Zay Amin going now, and collector rare on Ogre Dance. Basically, if it's good stuff for Punk and its high rarity, it's getting bought out right now once again. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood is a big pick for the current format, and whenever you're talking WCQ, a lot of people are going to be stalling for time and trying to win that way, grindy through Swiss. So we've already talked about the new synchro that people have been playing for that. Be aware that this quarter century secret rare has been, for both arts, getting bought out and spiking up and then settling. It's been a bit of a roller coaster to watch. So both versions have been going. We have Called by the Grave OG art. I kind of called this one. I was like, I prefer the old art, but people are going for the Zoomer Live Twin one, but I understand. Here goes the OG art, starting to come back up in price for its QCR as well. And then we have the Azamina Moo here. It is going up in price for its quarter century secret rare, and the lowest listing is now towards 90 for a near mint. The sales are also tracking at 85 pretty consistently here, and you can see just a month ago it was going for 60 somewhat consistently. And it wouldn't be a market watch that has two videos worth of information without a bit of a sellout. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly will work over at Grimoire Accessories. They've got a very limited drop. It's a warehouse sale, basically stuff they kept back for orders, such as if something went wrong, we have a playmat to replace that playmat with, and they are getting rid of their excess stock. They have a numbered mat, non-numbered mat, that kind of stuff, and even one of ones, I grabbed the blue and gray. I know I buy from my own sponsors at times, and I did pay the man his money, but when it comes down to it, they have other cool stuff on the site, like the Scully deck box that was super popular. So again, code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly will work, and you bet I used it at checkout too. We have Kurikara Divine Carnate getting bought out on every single version, and this is for future metas. This is for the versus K9 that people are really prepping for, and it has really gone up in price. So we see the Starlight rare here has absolutely gone crazy, and I'm having flashbacks to when this was first getting bought out. Do keep in mind, there is unlimited Starlight rares of this, because they did re-wave Power of the Elements and went back on their no unlimited Starlight rare promise from before, and yeah, that exists, doesn't it? Ultimate rare even is going, though, with the unpopularity of modern ultis, and you can see the secrets are no slouch in price at this point. Number 67 is also for that deck, like in it, not against it, and we can see that it has spiked ridiculously so, up towards $25 lowest listed, and people have even bought at crazier prices during the buyout. We have the Adrius as well as Tyrus, because there's just not that many good rank 5s, and these have been getting bought out for pretty much every single version and going up in price. So if you got some old battle pack and you happen to pull this, you've got yourself some money. We also have the Vanquished Soul Jiaolong, I believe. I don't want to murder names, I can't help it, sometimes I'm a YouTuber, it's in my blood. But this quarter century secret rare has really gone crazy in price and has multiple sales at 200. And now you have listings, and this is how you do it if you are a low feedback seller, but listings that are coming back in far under that, they have a detailed picture for you close up, not front and back. I would do front and back, but still they're like, hey, look at this, it's looking pretty good, I'm listing it as near mint, here's a picture, I have this in hand, even though I'm 0%. That's the least you can do when you're a low feedback seller, to try to really push, besides undercut each other, and the sellers doing both. That's a thumbs up for me, even if it's not to the greatest of a aesthetic. And then we see here it does quickly climb back up to that price that it has sold at. Welcome Labyrinth. This could be current and future, I suppose, all in one. Its quarter century secret rare on Welcome Labyrinth is at $200 lowest. That is insane. And those are actually light plays. Near mint is at $240, and where are the sales? All above $200 as well. People are paying. Hey, I have the giant foil card of this if anyone's interested. Then we have number C107. We've already covered this. Every holo getting bought out, it's gone even further, and they got bought out harder. Luckily, there is a regular rare if you're allergic to anything gold rare, such as the Ultra with no foil here from it. But again, there's cheap, easy access versions. People just want any holographic of it and are paying way too much for that. Heavy polymerization is for Lunalite, I believe, and has been going up very, very high, up towards $5 versus where it used to sit under $1. Solidarity, now we're 2 formats past, is going up. I believe it's for Edison, if I'm not mistaken. People have always wanted this to be really good, and it has found its places where it ends up being decent, but it is getting bought out huge. Let me know if you think the proof is in the pudding here, but wow, this is an over buyout in my opinion. And then it also has the Ojama lore. I remember when Ojama Country was a ridiculous $10+ rare. Dark Grepher is getting bought out for its other versions as a card that missed getting in any rarity collection, thus giving us a ton of different copies. So people are starting to have to go back, buy other versions, and you can see even the high-end versions are also spiking on this card. Pot of Greed's going up for a lot of versions, and this is an interesting eyebrow-raising one to me. The Pot collection also is hitting above its market price. So this is in very limited past formats, but we saw a ton of GOAT formats buyouts happen, and Pot of Greed, of course, being among the cards that are really popular for that. It is wild. Even Joey's World Supers are going, and it did get a quarter century secret rare, but none of that, you know, platinum, etc., because it was in this exclusive collection that also gave a parallel one that is going up in price too. Then Flameville Fire Dog seeing a little bit of success. I believe that's also Edison, maybe Redo, but I think it's mostly Edison, and this is up towards $3-4 very quickly and has been climbing just as a card that's been good in that format for a while and is getting extra attention. Mirror Force quarter century secret rare finds itself in plenty of past formats, and it is spiking huge here, lowest 140 and bought out just under 100, and after tax, you know, they paid that. So really being pushed hard right now. Then we have Vayu, really Edison poster boy, if you will, and its ultimate rare is getting bought out to the next level. There's a sale above 400 for a first edition at 420, and you can see an Italian one here at 350, but the lowest near mint English is at 630 now, and that sale at 420, pretty wild. And you can see other near mints sold way cheaper than that. I could be having the wrong card, actually. I have a lot of tabs open. It might have been Black Rose Dragon that sold at 420. Yeah, it looks like this has its sales at 200, which is still insane, but not as much of a worry about that $600 price point versus sales at, you know, 220. Psychic Commander Elon Unleashed, it's around $1 here for just the common. That's wild, and the rare is going even crazier as the highest rarity. Machina Fortress OG was doing nothing but coming down after it got a quarter century secret rare. You have the platinum you can settle for, but here it goes. It's back up towards 5, and this was the original release of the card and how people remember playing it, and it is very good in past formats. Then you have Dark Armed Dragon. It is going up, and again, it has multiple past formats, of course, Dark Armed format, but then you can go to formats where it's only at 1 and it gets teched in decks. Its quarter century secret rare is easy to make disappear, as we've talked about Battles of Legend before, but it has been steady climbing and is now up towards 130 and quickly 150, with sales directly in that range in mass. Then finally, Black Rose Dragon, which I believe had the 420 sale. Its unlimited is not easy to come by either, but you can see the first edition lowest is 800, and that last sale on a near mint, I do believe, will be around that mark. It's pretty crazy to see, because this got debated as ugly back in the day, and here's even a light play sale at 500. Wow, they must have really trusted that picture But there it is, 425. I think that with this card in particular, it has aged extremely well. You have Akiza, you have the anime, you have the member berries of this, and the actual playability within Edison for huge prizes, even though they keep re-waving those giant cards over and over and over. But usually the WCQ one is different and unique, like Substitute that went for $7,000+ When it comes to people wanting to feel their best for a WCQ, they kind of ball out, and this might be one on a lot of people's list. I like the Ghost Rare more, and then I actually like the 10 version of all things. I love that OG Secret Rare and feel, because that's the one I played for a while, but people used to really argue over versions of this back in the day, and that's gone to the wayside as classic ultis have really gone to people's hearts. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch and hearing an old man ramble very fast. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation and the speed of this one for how much was in it.